I had nothing to do with the house. You eliminated me from the house. I had no idea the house was being sold until the kids told me that they were moving out.
The plaintiff has made various allegations of property she did not receive in this matter, and likewise that again that the defendant had not removed himself from the Kellogg Credit Union account. Ms. Lindsley, have you received, as a result of filing your motion, have you received any of this stuff yet that you wanted?
She got off the bank accounts last Friday.
Okay. So that issue is resolved.
Yeah.
And Mr. Lindsley, have you received the personal property that you were supposed to receive in the judgment?
I have not.
Okay. Ms. Lindsley, is there a reason that plaintiff has not received his personal property?
As far as the freezer goes, that was left in the house that we sold. He did have the opportunity to come and pick it up, and told me that his friend who he was going to borrow the truck from was out of town. So he did have the opportunity to get that, and he did not.
Okay.
As far as the title and lien release, initially he told me he wouldn't need it because he would have the divorce decree. Later, he said he did need it. I looked for the copy. I said, I can't find it. If I need to get another one, I'll do that. And he told me that he could do so just the same. So I said, okay, let it be. And then lastly, as far as the spare key to the Kia, I gave that to him last summer when he asked for it, and I have not seen it since.
Okay. So go ahead, sir.
Well, the freezer, she told me the day before that I was going to be out of town that I could pick it up when I was out of town. And then the next Sunday, she texted me and said, hey, you can get over here and get the freezer today. I'll be there for a couple hours. I didn't have a truck. It's a 16 cubic foot freezer. I had my two boys with me. I can't get a freezer out of a basement by myself.
Okay. Has the freezer been relinquished with the house? So you sold the house and the freezer stayed with the house, correct?
Yeah. And then when I called the realtor, she said, well, it's passed. You can't get it.
Okay.
And the title and the lien release, I talked about it and said, let me know if you can't get it and I'll get it if I have to. And then she never let me know. And the key, I was in the middle of moving out and came home. Things were removed from my car. The lock was changed to the house and I didn't have a key. The key was gone.
Okay. Well, it appears that what we can do as it relates to the title, the court will order that the defendant would acquire a title for the vehicle. So you can get that at Secretary of State. You can then sign off on it. You can then provide the lien release as well to the plaintiff. The court will give you a few weeks to do that. I'll let you have until July 10th, 2023 to provide those documents to the plaintiff in this matter. As it relates to the freezer, unfortunately, it remained in the house and no action was taken. And obviously you don't have any recourse on the home buyers because you abandoned the freezer by leaving it in the home. So,
I didn't abandon it. I never had the opportunity to get it.
well, you didn't have an opportunity to get it. You could have filed an action at that point when the house was still available. Again, you're not going to be able to get that from the house because the purchasers, they took possession and they don't have any obligation or responsibility to provide you with that property that was left there.
But she did. I don't get what the negotiation's for if she's allowed to not do this stuff.
Well,
Why did I give up things to get this to not get it?
I understand that, but you needed to do it while the matter was still pending, while the house was still the two of your house, or by the fact that one of you had possession. Once the two of you relinquished and closed on the house,
I didn't relinquish, you relinquished it for me. I challenged the sale. of the
Okay,
house
well,
and
it's
let it go.
relinquished one way or the other. What happens is the two of you, again, sold the house, transferred the house. Apparently you did a deed, you transferred it, and you didn't get it out of there before the property went over to the purchasers.
Because I knew about it the day before and I was out of town. She
Okay.
didn't tell me till less than 12 hours before that she was moving out.
Did
The
you
kids
close,
told me.
did you close on the sale of the house the day before you left town, sir?
I didn't. No, she did. I had nothing to do with the house. You
Okay.
eliminated me from the house.
Okay. Right, so you didn't have to sign off the house, you didn't have to do anything in regard to the house?
Absolutely nothing. She did it without me knowing. I had no idea the house was being sold until the kids told me that they were moving out. And then she told me 5 minutes after they told me.
Okay. Well, there's nothing we can do to get the freezer at this point because again, it was relinquished with the home. So there's nothing that we can do in that regard.
So she's allowed to get rid of stuff that we agreed that I would get and I don't get.
She didn't get rid of it, she left it, sir.
Yeah, she abandoned it.
Okay. Well, court cannot enforce it against the purchaser of the home, so.
Why can't you enforce it against her?
Unfortunately, well, she doesn't have it, so.
Why can't she reimburse me for a freezer?
Well, the court's not going to get into that at this particular point, sir. It's the freezer unfortunately is gone. I'm ordering her to take care of the issues concerning the vehicle, and that will be the order of the court.
Okay, so what about the key to the vehicle?
Do you have the key, ma'am?
I do not. I did
Okay.
not take the key from him after he got it back from me.
How
Okay.
did you get into my car?
Sir, you acknowledge she gave you the key back, correct?
And then she took it back.
Well,
She got into my
I don't
car
know if
when
she
it was
took it.
locked. Somebody
You-
got into my car when it was locked
Okay,
and took things
well,
out.
The court's not going to, we don't do it, we do it based on proofs, et cetera. I'm not going to assume because somebody got into your car that it was in fact her and that she removed the key or something. And if she gave you the key, how did she get into the car then, sir?
She took the key back, sir. When I moved out, I left, came back, and things were missing.
Okay,
She
well,
changed the locks and wouldn't let me finish moving out and took stuff.
okay,
And so she's allowed to.
okay. Well, she claims she doesn't have the key. There's no way the court can order her to turn over something that she doesn't have, so. Sir, you can prepare an order as it relates to the title and the lien release that those would be provided to you by July 10th. And that will be the order of the court. Court will end this matter at 10:49 a.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.